The space shuttle program is over. So what does that mean for space exploration? Well, the author of the book, Stars Above, Earth Below, Taylor Baldwin, joins us with the possible answers. Thanks for being here. You drove a long way to join us on Primetime. And folks, just so you know, we've wanted you to come on our set for a long time. All right, this is your book, Stars Above, Earth Below. And first of all, tell us briefly about the book.
It's about, for your typical person going out to a national park, what they can see for themselves in the sky overhead and the landscape on the ground. What has NASA done? What have astronomers done over the last 50, 100 years to help us learn about the universe around us?
And then you're going to come back later on in the show to go more into that book and all that you do for the national parks.
Absolutely.
But now let's talk about Mars and their rover Curiosity, because you helped create that. And, you know, I have some questions for you. Like, first of all, isn't it nuclear powered?
Yes, it is. So
when it runs out of energy, what's going to happen to it?
It will have a lifespan that eventually, when the little radioactive pellet decays, the thing will, well, one morning it just won't wake up. And
we won't bring it back?
Nope, it's up there. And right now, there's a rover Opportunity that was only supposed to last for 90 days back in 2004. Well, it's going on 8 years now, so who knows how long Curiosity.
You know, a lot of viewers think this is the first time we've had a rover up on Mars. So tell the viewers how many rovers have been up there.
This is the 4th American rover. Okay. Back in '97, there was a little, well, lunchbox-sized rover called Sojourner. Spirit and Opportunity were launched in 2004 and lasted for about 8 years. And now Curiosity is up there. It's supposed to last for 2, but who knows how much longer it could last.
Okay, so the travel time is what, like 8 months or something?
About half a year, yes.
Okay, so what do they hope to find? I mean, what are the speculations from the science mind and the people who are experts like you? It's
all about life.
Okay.
Everywhere we look on Earth, where we find life, we find that there's liquid water, there's a source of energy like the sun, and there's organic molecules. Well, Spirit and Opportunity told us there was once liquid water on Mars. And we know there's a sun there. It's our sun. So Curiosity is looking for organic molecules, a sign that all the elements of life may be on Mars.
Is it looking for anything else, and will it tell us anything about the solar system as a whole?
Well, you take a look at Mars, and Mars is the most Earth-like planet that we know of. And in the past, it was even more like the Earth. So if we don't find all 3 of these elements for life there, then it's going to tell us that life here on Earth is even more rare, more precious than we thought.
So what do you think?
I think the universe, we're one of 1,000 planets that we now know of out there in the universe. I think life is everywhere, but I don't yet have the evidence.
And you're a professor, you teach at the University of Redlands.
Yes.
So do you tell your students that you think we have some of your images up here showing, so anytime you want to interject and talk to them, you can tell me. But you tell your students you really believe there's life out there.
I believe there's life out there. I do not necessarily think it's life that's come to the Earth in UFOs to help guide the pyramids. But when you look at thousands of planets around thousands of stars, the odds that we are the only place where life has evolved to actually make us, I think that's just, that's too incomprehensible.
Yeah, and it's egocentric to think that there wouldn't be life outside of the
There's
Earth.
100 billion stars in our galaxy alone, and if only 1 in a million of those has life, then that means there are thousands of planets throughout our galaxy alone where life could be.
And are you thinking life like in human form, alien form, or microbial form?
It could just be microbes.
Okay.
When you think about every form of life we have here on Earth shares a common DNA. We have a common ancestor. So to find even microbes on Mars that would for the first time be a source of life totally different from anything we have here on Earth would tell us how rare, how precious, or how diverse life could possibly be.
So exciting. Okay, so do we have the capability now to send a man to Mars, a human?
Absolutely.
So why aren't we?
We don't have the will. We don't have the political, we don't have the financial, we don't have the voter will. We could do it today.
Okay, so we talked earlier, and I loved your response because I had asked him about this, and I said, no, I understand, we can't get the rover back, right? We're going to leave this rover, which costs how much?
$2.5 billion with a B.
Okay, $2.5 billion, this rover.
Yes.
And we're going to leave it up there. We're not going to spend the money to bring it back. So I said, well, how would we, if we send a man up there and we have the capability, how are we going to get him back? And then You said, well, I would be happy just to go even if I couldn't come back.
Absolutely.
I was astonished that you would say that.
And there are explorers, astronauts all over this world that would give you the exact same answer.
Really?
Absolutely. For the chance to be the first person to explore a strange new planet,
right,
I'd go tomorrow.
I love it. I love it. So is there anything else that they expect to find or about our future, about the solar system's future?
Well, you take a look at Mars right now, and right now it is inhospitable. It is a frozen desert, but we know that it was once different. It was once warmer and wetter, so its climate has changed. Mars as a planet has died. So by learning about how that happens, we can learn more about our own planet and what our future is like and how planets go about having their climates change. And so we can better figure out what to do or not do about our own planet.
Are there speculations on how that planet died?
Yes.
Okay.
Mars was small, and so it cooled off quickly.
There was global warming. No, I'm kidding.
It wasn't global warming, but that too raises an issue. If you can have planets whose climates change naturally, then that tells you, well, an example I like to give is forest fires. We know that forest fires can happen naturally, and that tells it's even more important not to go throwing matches out the window.
Right. True.
Absolutely. So we can learn more about how our own planet could change in the future naturally, and especially if we give it an inappropriate nudge in some direction.
Yeah, and then look out, we're all exterminated.
Absolutely.
Do you think they could ever, this is really sci-fi, probably got this out of a movie, can we habitate, can we go to Mars and maybe find a home there, make it so it's
absolutely
human friendly?
You melt the polar caps, put more water and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere.
Give them some of our global warming, and send it up there.
In fact, everything we're doing to our own planet would be a perfect thing to do to Mars.
Seriously?
Yes.
I love that. I love it. I love it. Okay, so what have they found so far with a Mars, or with a rover? What have they brought back? Well, can you give us like a recap on that?
Right now, it's mostly shaking out this rover, making sure all the cameras work, that the rover is ready, that it's capable of going. We're driving towards some rocks, and then we're going to head towards a region where 3 different types of material and soil all seem to come together. And so at this first stage, with a $2.5 billion rover, it's important to make sure everything works right the first time before we go tearing off towards the mountain on the horizon.
Okay, well, I'm so appreciative that you're here. We got to take a break, but you're going to stick around, and we're going to finish our Mars talk and go into all the national parks and stuff and your influence there.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much. Coming up on Primetime, we have an important food recall to tell you about, and what's going on here? A riot breaks out inside an Apple factory right after the release of the new iPhone. Primetime on UTTV. We'll be right back.